Bad boy, boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when she come for you? Bad boy, what you gonna do? You're gonna pull your pants down knees, down to knees. Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? Y'all here? I don't see nobody in the chat. I gotta get y'all another member. Come on in, honey. And he's bad. He's mad. His name is Donald Trump. He's the baddest man in the whole damn town. He badder than old King Kong, but been down like a junkyard dog. Well, Stormy took to talking, and she took up on the stage, and she told us all about the submissive doll named Donald Trump. I can't get the words. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Hey, people, how you doing, Erica J? I ain't seen you in a little bit. Miss Sherry, the Sparkle Covington. Hi, Sandra. Jacqueline Johnson. Philly Melanin. All right, Philly Melanin. And they got your yellow dress on. Lord have mercy. What caught my attention today, people, is apparently now no person that is not a professional journalist could actually follow all this Donald Trump shit. There's just so much. I mean, it just goes back. He's been in the news for 10 years, right? It goes, but you can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. All the crimes, this court date, that court date, and then he's still having to pose. I don't understand it. But what caught my interest today was apparently they had Miss Stormy Daniels, who started all this shit as far as this case goes, on the stand. Now, as they say, Stormy was getting a little loose with the tongue, and she was telling us about some of the proclivities of Donald Trump in this one-night stand she had with him. Now, I've always thought this was the weakest case. I'd rather get him on some of this shit with stealing documents and all these financial crimes he's done, and then actually walk him through paying all these people who he owes money to. But this is what they have. It seems like they're still delayed on all these other cases. Now they got whittled it all the way down. They done had all these years to work on this damn case. They finally bring it before the people, before this election, and everything else has been delayed past the election. Correct? But she's brought some titillating and interesting things. Apparently, Donald Trump likes to be spanked on his booty, right? Now, what's interesting about this is someone asked him during his last campaign, what did he have to repent for or to ask God for forgiveness for? And Donald Trump looked right at the woman who was interviewing him, the woman or the man, I'm not sure, I don't remember which one, it's been so much, and said, I don't got to repent for nothing. I've never done anything wrong, right? But yet you're going to have this porn star spank your ass. Now, we know people have fetishes. They have all kind of weird shit they do in the bedroom, supposed to stay in the bedroom. I believe this is the crux of what she had against him. Why he felt like he needed to pay her $130,000 to keep quiet about a one-night stand. It was more about what went on that one night, right? Exposing him. From what I remember from the last time he ran for president, there were rumors that he was in Russia having prostitutes pee on him. Y'all remember that story? What y'all doing, baby? Ooh, the Ozempic is working, baby. You can tell a difference. Lord have mercy. The Ozempic is working. We'll get back to that. I'll tell you why I feel like it's working. So the man, he ain't got nothing to repent for. He ain't got to tell God, I'm sorry for nothing, even though he has been accused of crime after crime after crime and being a nasty, disgusting, evil asshole all of his goddamn life. Even his own family members have to come out and speak against him, right? The woman had to come because he had to steal her little inheritance, child. The man left her a little money. He wants all of it, right? All of it so he can fuck it off. So anyway, she spills this in her testimony that she spanked his booty, right? because he'd been a bad boy. Apparently, he was talking so vulgar and nasty. She said, somebody need to take this paper and whip that ass, right? He said, what happened? What happened? Drop him. Whack-a-ta, bitch. So, Donald Trump, here's my question for you. If you don't got nothing to repent for, you ain't got nothing to feel sorry for, and all those lives you destroyed mean shit, and you don't got to apologize for, why do you feel like you have to be spanked on your ass? Right? Now, the great thing that what I would hope that could happen is all of these sexual encounters he has, which I am absolutely positive he's had a lot more than one porn star, right? And the other two ladies. When you stoop to raping women in public and you talking about grabbing people by their pussy because you can and all that kind of stuff, you are a person who has had an active sex life if you've had millions of dollars behind you, right? Right. So I don't know if you silenced each one of these individuals or how much you paid out Donald Trump, but I wish the girls would now come on. Say, yeah, he liked to wear the diaper. He like, ooh, I make him crawl on the ground. Yes, mistress. Yes, mistress. Shut up, God damn it. Oh, I'm sorry. So you're sorry to prostitutes and porn stars, but you're not sorry to God or humanity, Donald Trump? You don't feel sorry for causing an insurrection on the United States government? You don't feel sorry for any of the horrible shit? You don't feel sorry for locking no children in cages like they're dogs? You don't feel sorry for nothing. What about all them subcontractors who paid their people to work on these buildings that you put your name on? They had to pay them out of pocket, and when it was time for them to be paid, you reneged or you would refuse to pay them, and they got to go into court just to get what they're owed. You don't feel sorry for that, Donald Trump? Anyway, so she spanked that ass. So if he got that from her, I don't think that Stormy Daniels was so unique that she would just make the whole thing up. I mean, it's like, this is the first time you ever been spanked. Yeah, you're gonna pull your pants down and bend over so it's like a spank. No, this is a kink of yours, Donald Trump. And I don't know if the situation, how it was resolved about these Russian prostitutes who are peeing on you, child. Why do you want to be humiliated, Donald Trump? Is this the way you're able to expound that energy, right? When you've been wrong and wrong and wrong, at some part in your brain, you have to realize what a horrible person you are, right? And I think that is what is born of the kink, the need to be humiliated and to be punished. You want to be punished, Donald Trump, but there's so much other layers on top of that. So many layers of privilege, so many layers of people giving you millions of dollars to fuck off, right? Right. And so you just can't get through it. So the only way you can get through it is to hire yourself a lady of the evening, honey, come and beat the shit out of you. I'm just guessing. How y'all doing it? Okay. Allegedly. How you doing allegedly? Shaquille Johnson. Did y'all see that shit? Then there was an issue where apparently his lawyer wanted to try to prove Stormy Daniels' disdain for Donald Trump, right? So she pulls out all these old emails where apparently she had called him an orange turd. In other words, an orange piece of shit, correct? Well, a lot of the people on the other side are saying, why do you have that man sitting in court listening to you badger this woman by calling him an orange turd? Donald Trump can be called a whole lot worse than an orange turd. As a matter of fact, if all he got to do is turn his computer on, child, and he'll see all the memes and all the things they say about him. Why? Because that's what he does to other people. Why do you think people are going to be devastated because somebody called that fool an orange turd after you had just called her some kind of toilet, right? You or one of your minions called that woman a toilet stool or something to that effect. What they're trying to do is humiliate this woman for being, they're calling her a sex worker, is what it is. That's what they're trying to do. Now, I can't distinguish the difference between a porn star and a sex worker. I tend to think that they kind of go together, but that hasn't been proven. Apparently, she met him in a parking lot. He liked those big old titties, right? Anybody who liked a woman, a voluptuous woman like that, have not just liked one. right? I'm just saying, you're a pig in every other area. Why wouldn't you be a pig in the bedroom, Jay? Donald Trump. I almost called him Jay Wilson. Girl. What y'all think? Because he's an orange turd. And what the other people, the prosecution was saying, well, uh, you keep calling that man an orange turd. He's sitting over there looking like an orange turd. I mean, how do you feel? How does it feel? Mm, to be on your own like a rolling stone. He got to sit there by himself, honey. The lawyer keep repeating that you called him an orange turd. What does Donald Trump call people? Right? I've never even heard of a president who gets elected by basically just coming on stage and talking about people, calling people names, right? Right? Remember, he's you had your disability. Oh, he was one like this. That speaks to the character, the soul of you, Donald Trump, and it speaks to also a huge part of the soul of America. I love America. I love us, but I know we're people. We're just people, right? And you attract every our lowest natures, right? You built your political career on the backs of prejudice. It's very obvious. People have that in them, right? And we're just not all that free yet. Anyway, I thought it was fascinating, Donald Trump. And you've been called worse than a piece of shit in your life, man. So you need to sit your lawyer down and say, listen, I don't want you coming up here just to find out the insults, because I made my life on insulting people. And if they have a gag order on me and I can't not call them an orange turd, then they shouldn't be able to call me an orange turd. But you get it up on this woman on the podium and just repeatedly referring to me as an orange turd. Honey, that ain't shit. That's nothing, no pun intended. That's nothing compared to what you do, Donald Trump, right? Think of all the things you've said to all of your adversaries, both in politics and out of politics. You can't even help yourself. So how are they going to find one insult? Anyway. What's going on, TLC and 3? You driving and listening? Now, somebody brought up the situation with this Ozempic. Okay. You said the Ozempic is working. This is a new shirt. I think it just slims me down a little bit here. But it is actually working because I had to go and get myself. Remember, I used to always wear suspenders. And then I had all those neck problems. I figured, well, the suspenders, maybe that's what's causing me to have this goddamn pulled muscle or whatever it was. So I just started wearing a regular belt. But now I had to go get myself a stretchy belt. This kind of belt, it stretches and it holds you in like an elastic kind of thing in the belt, because my pants are not fitting me. Correct. Obviously, they weren't fitting me that well when I was wearing suspenders. But now when I was wearing a regular belt, it was okay. And now it's not. So the Ozempic is working. The reason why I know it's working, because I've only been on it, I think, 2 months now. I've only been on it 2 months. My only issue with weight is the stomach, but I need to be smaller just for health purposes. That way your ankles and your knees and things won't be hurting because you're not so heavy, right? Anyway, so I started the Ozempic, and now, like last night, I had one of these meals they make at Safeway, it's pasta dish. I couldn't even eat half of it. Now, I used to consider them light meals, right? Like lunch kind of meals, right? I couldn't eat half of it. I had to stop and give the chicken part to the dog. And that's been happening for the last 3 days, where when I used to go to a restaurant, if I got a hamburger, I would get a hamburger and fries. Now I don't get no fries, right? Because I'm too full in the middle of the meal. And the good part is I just don't desire it. I'm just not hungry. I'm not craving food. So we're hoping this stomach will get together. I'll let y'all know when it's time, honey. Although some people who see me, they said it looks like it's already time, baby. We'll see. Oh, Ozempic. It might change the whole culture of America. Right now, I don't know how people, what's the other one called? Wachovia? The one that I heard Whoopi Goldberg talking to Anderson Cooper about. She lost something like 100 pounds, and she gives credit to Wegovy. So it is a miracle drug, as far as we know. I don't know. The government has said it's safe. I haven't had any side effects. My mouth's a little dry, but you know I'm always smacking. I think the only issue with it would be you can't stop it, right? You can't take it, and then you're not hungry anymore. You're not eating anymore. Well, when you're not taking it, then you go back to being yourself. So just like situation with Jay Wilson, who admits that he is a compulsive eater, right? He'll go right back to the compulsive eating. So it is a thing that you have to stay on forever. And I believe that drug is something like $2,000 was what it was for me. Obviously, I have coverage, so, and I do have diabetes. I don't know if it'll cure the diabetes, because if you get down to a certain weight, you might not even need diabetes anymore. For years, I was pre-diabetic, and then I would start eating right or dieting, and then I wouldn't be the pre-diabetic no more. So it could go back and forth. But from what I hear, from all the things I've researched, you can't stop. So if you got good coverage, it's a good thing. But if you got bad coverage, there was one lady I saw on there, she was taking it for a while, and then her insurance would no longer cover it, and she gained all the weight back. I don't know. I don't think it's diabetes is going anywhere though. You've been sick, Erica? Finally turned the corner and feeling much better. Ooh, ain't that good? There ain't nothing like it, honey. After you've been sick for a while, you just appreciate everything when you come out of it, child. Glad you're doing better, Erica. Yeah, I got a health issue that's been killing me for 2 months. And the woman, the doctor, says she's going to call me with this specialist, right? I might have a pinched nerve or something like that. Anyways, when that's gone, to be something else. That pink looks good on you. Thank you, TLCN3. Thank you. I got a few new things. Bless you out there. What's going on, neck bone, pinto beans, and cornbread? See, you take that Ozempic, you won't want no neck bone. Pinto beans or cornbread, girl. You have to go and order. I have a small salad, please. No crackers. A lot of people won't give it. They won't do it because they don't want to stop eating. The joy of their life is eating. They're cooks. They work in restaurants. Their food is their whole life, right? They enjoy it so much that they're scared to give it up. But if the drug does something in your brain and you don't no longer desire it, I don't see what the bad thing is, right? Oh, I can't give up my chitterlings. I don't want to give it. I love my food. No, you don't love the food. You don't love being fat. I know that. Nobody loves being fat, honey. Causes all kind of problems. So we'll see. I wasn't eating all that much anyway, but I snack constantly. Hopefully that'll be gone. I save some coin, because the biggest expense is the goddamn grocery store. You got to go in there with fear and trembling. What's going on, St. James? Wait a minute. I'm about to have that Coke bottle figure. Ooh, gonna be sexy. Well, sexy, honey, losing weight is not gonna fuck with that 66 years old though. You just a smaller old person, girl. They still ain't looking at you. I do believe that the belly did make me leave these hookup sites and all that. Y'all been around a long time, know that I gave up all the hookup sites because I went on Craigslist. This was years ago. What was that? Damn near 20 years ago. And I had this guy come over to the house, right? I took my shirt off. He said, no, this is not working for me, right? So I said, well, it's got to happen on there, right? Every once in a while. So I said, let me go on back. I was horny. So I went back to Craigslist. Back then you could get dates on, I don't know if you can still do it or not. Anyway, so I found someone else. And this guy, beautiful guy, he lived right around the corner from where I lived, right? So I mosey on over to his house. And do you know that man said almost the exact same thing? This is not it. Right. So, and I never went back to online dating again. I never, ever again where these people humiliate me. Mm. So I might have to go back now if I'm gonna be slim and trim. Look like trade for pride. Mm-hmm. Well, I think these guys are so funny to me. These old guys who won't let it go. I think they need to let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it go, girl. These old motherfuckers be out here in these skinny jeans, especially. Y'all know Jay Wilson wears skinny jeans? Child, when we were in Atlanta, he had on like a confetti shirt, white and black shirt with black skinny jeans, all right. But he had to wear these gray, these brown shoes with the laces pulled all the way out. He couldn't even tie the shoe up because his ankles were so big. He couldn't even tie the shoe up right. But the brown shoes had nothing to do with the rest of the clothes he had, all right, which tells you that this is all he can get that foot in, honey. Then later on, we find out that not only were the ankles humongous, he was flat-footed. Huge ankles with a flat foot. Girl, it was horrible. It was horrible to look at, honey. I know he didn't want me to punch him in his face, honey. He couldn't keep his balance. What's going on, Tracy? St. James here, Tracy here. What's going on, people? I've been trying to find some content over the last few days. I just haven't seen anything that interesting. Right? Maybe I got to start going into some of these panels, honey, and see what the hell's going on, baby. Let me oil my lips up because I can be gorgeous and pretty for my beautiful body come. Beautiful thighs and things, honey. I hope I'm not going. Some people they lose weight in their face. You don't know where you're going to lose the weight at, right? And some people need to lose weight in their face, whatever. I don't feel like I need all that. I just want to get rid of the belly. Okay, Uncle Tim. Uncle Tim's number one fan. May I ask you a question? Let me see. Let me read what you said first. Uncle Tim, what is the new role play and trade for you? Is it the plumber to clean your pipes or carpet man? Already did maintenance and just Section 8 people. Let me ask you this, bro. Are you Goonies, aka Justin? May I ask you, because you give $5 when you make comments and you're insistent that we want to be heard, right? That is the exact same thing that Goonies did. And it is the exact same thing that Justin did, right? Now, the moderators had to stand up and take a stand and get rid of Justin, right? And then the following day, you came back and now you were Goonies. So have you added another name, Tim's number one fan? Uncle Tim's number one fan? Do we have to research and find out who these names belong to? You excited for me, Uncle Tim? It ain't gonna make no difference in the world, honey. All it's gonna do for me is make me healthier. Bad built, non-consistent ass. Micro in front. Who is bad built? Well, how come Donald Trump don't take Ozempic? I mean, if he has all the resources in the world, what's holding him back? So that body is. Can you imagine all that on your knees, girl? You trying to spank him, and he got all that goddamn blubber all over you between your goddamn legs. You picking up strange women in parking lots, and you got you bent over there and submitting to him because that's the only way she can shut you up. You need a spanky. This motherfucker, big old horse, gonna pull his pants down. That's what's going on the inside, Donald Trump. Yep, that's definitely Justin. That's definitely Justin. Yeah, the personality, you have to change your personality if you want to be a troll, a successful troll, bruh. Don't make my moderates have to come after your ass again. Avoid that Ozempic face led behind by rapid weight. Oh, it's from rapid weight loss. Well, it's been 2 months. I ain't lost that much, honey. I mean, let's see. Let's do an experiment. Y'all remember how fat how y'all laughed at me when I stand up before, right? Let's see. Okay. Here's how we doing now. Hold on. Stop looking at my peen. Make sure my pants is done. Okay. Here's Unc. Look at that belly. Y'all gonna see it from beginning to end. See that belly? Now, before it was like this. I had the Alfred Hitchcock thing going on, right? Because I take all these pills. But now it's like it's getting closer. All I got to do is get it to here. I'll be happy. Just here. See, these queens are so ashamed of every goddamn thing. I'm not ashamed of anything. Nothing, honey. If that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing, honey. Might inspire somebody else to do it. I think that it's going to end up being where a whole lot of people is doing these new drugs, honey. I'm sure they over there building new factories right now to accommodate. Fortunately for me, I do actually have diabetes, so it's a legitimate subscription. I think but the other one, the Wegovy, it's even stronger, and you don't have to have no diabetes, right? So we'll see. You see the difference already, Brooklyn? Thank you, Brooklyn sister. The baby do. You tell Nikki B. I'm staying true. Nikki B. I'm saying true. I'm going to insult to the very end. Hey, I think it's getting a little better. I'm definitely eating less. I'll put it like that. That's all we know for sure. But I believe that because since that's all the thing I'm really working with as far as fat, I won't have that. I mean, people are taking this stuff because they're 400 pounds, right? And it's working for them as well. So it's something to consider. I mean, find out if your insurance will cover it. I wouldn't try to pay for something like that. Who wants to be on the hook for $2,000 a month? You know, you might say, well, that's cheaper than the surgery. Yeah, but it's every month, honey. Every month. The new Gucci Mane, the old Gucci Mane. Who is Gucci Mane? Is that feud over there in the beef? I mean, in the rap sector, is that over right now? With Drake and what's the other one? Drake. I had never even heard of the other guy. Apparently, he's a very good rapper. I watched their little beef and went over the weekend, where I think they made 5 videos each. Y'all thought y'all could read. They was reading, but I thought I think I heard that there's a truce been made now. Everybody beefs, honey. Everybody in every sector, they beef. Unfortunately, with the hip hop sector, they want to kill each other. It seems that so much of it ends up in violence. There was another one was it in Florida just recently, a couple of days ago? Some young rapper guy, they killed him. No other kind of entertainment do people murder each other. Kendrick. That's right. Kendrick. Was the name Kendrick Lamar? Widescreen TV. Managed to get all of Nikki B. Now, why are you being so nasty? I haven't even sang today. Nikki B says, but luckily I have a widescreen TV. Managed to get all of you. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my arms, I want to lose them. Take my tummy, I'll never. Anyway, I was thinking another song today from the blues. I forget it. It'll come back to me. I'm gonna sing it to Nikki B. Kendrick Lamar. I had never heard. I haven't heard them, honestly, any of them really. If they have a hit or something and it's playing all over the place, I might hear it, but I don't listen to the radio or nothing. So these guys are superstars. I barely heard of them. I don't even know who Drake is really. I mean, I know his face. I know he's always all over social media. People talk about him, but I haven't heard none of his music. But they're big. And it's a damn shame when these youngsters, these people, go through all the trouble to become stars. They make all this money. They live in these big old mansions, all these Rolls Royces and all this stuff. And then somebody just take your life. It's over with. What's it? I mean, what's it for? What's it all about? Alfie, is it all just a silly game? What's it all about? Why are you still killing Alfie? I think it's a shame. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Kendrick is my BD. What's a BD? He just doesn't know it yet. Oh, you like Kendrick? Oh, well, Drake is a good-looking dude too, right? I liked his last rap. They said that Kendrick won. Apparently, he's a master rapper. Drake, he gets help with his lyrics and things like this. What they say, you know. They were both very entertaining. I mean, they're good at what they do. They're good at their craft. The stuff Anna Nicole Smith used to take was safe too until they found out it was unalive people. The stuff that Anna, wasn't she a drug addict? She wasn't trying to lose weight, was she? I think they got some pretty good scientists on it though. What's your name now? Oh, now you're Goonies again. Okay, Goonies. Goonies, when you gonna get a channel, man? Come out the closet. Come out wherever you are. Go ahead and start your channel, child. There are a lot of people on here with low numbers. You gotta build. You see a lot of these people who were they were the fans last year are now the stars of the beef sector. But you got to stop being afraid. You got to come out from behind that avatar. You got to speak your mind and you know, I know you like to look things up, but you can come out here and make a name for yourself. And then you can graduate from being a troll. We all know new Gucci Mane. Okay. Gucci Mane is a clone. See, I wouldn't even have no idea. I've heard that name as well. Justin Mane to lose weight natural. So Gucci Mane lost weight. All that shit about doing it natural. Honey, anytime Oprah Winfrey, after all the weight problems she done had and all the successes she's had and all the Weight Watchers and buying into the company and she went all the stuff that she's done to lose weight and maintain her weight off, which she's done a pretty good job. But for her to say, I surrender. If I can take this damn shot once a week, I'm doing it, right? I surrender all. I surrender all. Oh, Ozempic, you changed my life and I surrender all. Anytime you got people like that, child, taking this shit, they say, well, it ain't hurt me, right? Yeah, America, we need help. All this greasy shit we eat, you know. We could all stand them back away from the table. Now, Goonies, he's still slim because it's some issue he has. So you don't know what the struggle is, right? I understand the struggle. Now, when I was on the streets, I was skinny. The police described me as a tall, slim African-American, right? That's what the paperwork would say. Every time I got out there looking like I look now, right? I'll get out of prison. I'll be fat from eating that prison food and doing nothing but reading books and eating prison food. But then with that shit, lose it again. Unfortunately, there's a serious price to pay for that shit. I think this is a little better than that. Y'all know new Gucci. Y'all talking about Gucci Mane. I don't even know who that is. Drake is biracial and Jewish. Y'all hating on the biracials? Did y'all see any of the old slave footage that they have? I mean, it's rare, but you see, the people came over. We were blue-black, right? So if you are here, and we all these multiple colors or whatever, we all have got some white DNA in us. Most of us, and some people are still very, very dark skinned, very, very melanated, but the majority, you know, They mix it somewhere down the line, either it was by force or by choice. So you need to leave people alone, honey. I think people, they're biracial. I'm biracial. That's what's wrong with that. All right? Barack Obama's biracial. You got shit to talk about him. When you think about him, you think about he's the first black president. I don't know. I never had that issue. We always had biracial people in our family. Even going back to the 60s. When I was just a little baby. I was a poor black child. We do some daily abnormal crunches. Well, I do be doing crunches. Oh, hell no, I ain't doing no work. Not for $2,000 a month. The weight is primarily about our eating. It's not. I went to the gym consistently every other day for 15 years. I didn't stop going to the gym until COVID came along. And then I got out of the habit of it. So I'm not doing that no more, right? But I was consistent and never lost an inch on my tummy. Correct. So it's not about exercise. I mean, people say, well, you need both. Get some muscle mass. Because this shit will make you lose muscle mass as well. But the primary thing is the eating. Right? Maybe 10, 20. Ooh, yoga style. That's a yoga style right here, right in front of my window. Yoga studio. I ain't doing it no more. Now that I'm an old man, though, I can get free gym membership. But I don't have a desire to do it. At the end, when I was going to the gym, all I was doing was cardio. You can do that by walking. Fortunately, I have a little doggy friend, so he forces me to walk every day. But I'm not trying to catch. Who am I going to get pretty for? Y'all? Y'all can't even see that. I can move the camera down like that. Y'all don't even see the belly, girl. I don't care about that shit, Chad. That's part of getting older, you know. But I do remember when I was laying on that table, what the last surgery I had? Was it cancer? When I had that cancer and they cut it out and all that. And they had to cut through all that fat. I mean, it was in my mind, it just seemed like a whole lot of work. It would be a whole lot easier if I wasn't so big. Fortunately, they were successful, however. You got the hots for Drake. I don't want no damn Drake. Girl. You're these. Well, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Both are gang related and affiliated. Well, they need to let it go. Baby, you pulling $2-3 million a year. You need to let go of your gang affiliations, right? You ain't got shit to prove. Just do music, right? If you feel like you have to do gangster rap, it's the only thing you're capable of. Maybe it's time for you to move out of that genre, honey. Right? Start investing in real estate, properties, and things. So you won't end up another tragedy with nothing. Now, Drake seems to be handling his money pretty well. When they show pictures of his, I think that was wrong of Kendrick Lamar to show his house, including the house number. People who are in Canada, they know where that address is, right? It is the biggest estate on the whole damn block. You can't miss it, right? So if he's got all these gang members who are in battle with him for whatever reason, I think that was kind of a bad thing to do. That was doxing. You doxed him. You doxed him in front of millions of people. Correct. And these people don't have no control of some of these crazy. Some of these are hotheads. They're gang bangers and everything else. They worship these people. You don't tell them what the hell they're going to do. Try to impress you. Drake is, he's a handsome guy, but he's starting to lose his looks a little bit to me. Some lines in his face and all that. I mean, it's the natural order, honey. See, you think when you're gorgeous, you think that it's going to be forever. No, it's not. It's a trick of the enemy, honey. Oh, so. What's it all about? You singing what's it about? What's it all about, Alfie? Alfie, is it all? Who was that? Lena Horne? I know she sang it. That really is a beautiful song. It is so beautiful to me. That's another good one. Joe Cocker. He used to sing it like he had palsy or something. Maybe he did. I don't know. But you are so beautiful. Came out beautiful, though. Came out of his mouth, honey. Joe Cocker. Trim Spa. I don't remember Trim Spa. No, I was never. I was naturally slim. And then the weight didn't start changing until about 40 years old. And then it was, it really changed. When I got clean, it really changed. That's when I picked up the stomach. Ozempic might be good for some of these ex-addicts and things, right? One of the side effects is going to affect these people who are crackheads. You don't find too many fat crackheads, right? But when you stop doing that crack, you get yourself clean, get yourself together. You got to control that weight because it's coming back. It's like this drug. I mean, if it stops the appetite, same thing. Crack does too. Meth does. You ain't been here in ages, and the singing is still dreadful. Yeah, but yet you'll run yourself over there to Jay Wilson and tell him it's beautiful. Oh, you sing so beautiful, Jay Wilson. Oh, you. Why? Because he told you he was a singer? Foolishness. Mm-hmm. And folks got to stop throwing that pedo word around and can get people unalived. Yeah, that's pitiful. They had that over here for a long time. They call everybody a damn pedophile. And that's what they were doing with these rap beef. Mm-hmm. Jay Wilson need Ozempic. He said he's starting, didn't he? Why he keep announcing? He didn't have to announce everything, child. He said he's starting something, Wokovi, or it's probably Ozempic. He don't want to tell nobody he got diabetes. Right. That is perfect for him because his issue is eating and slurping. Even when he's talking now, just so you go on his page right now, I guarantee you will hear slurping sounds. Now, I have to drink a lot of water because I take a lot of pills, right? But with him, it's like consistently slurping, eating, slurping, right? He ain't got no $2,000. He can't keep a job, so he ain't got no decent insurance. He thinks it's so horrible that I get Social Security. But yeah, girl, but I get good coverage, right? Can you get it? Some people, if you get a new job, they put you on 6 months probation. He can't even make it past the probation period. And whatever happened, while we're on the subject, I mean, it's not that we go here every day. Lies. What happened to the choir director, Jay Wilson? You came on and you made the announcement that you had been hired as the choir director of an MCC church. Someone leaked the information. We saw you in church. You're supposed to be the choir director, yet you're standing in front of the choir facing the audience. And you're doing it like this, which had nothing to do with the music, right? You're basically an organist, correct? But after you made the announcement that you had been hired as a choir director, that was your new job kind of thing. Because you have to have several different jobs. Basically, you can never rest. You got to get up every goddamn morning and you're still behind. But whatever. I want to know what happened to this job as the choir director, Jay Wilson. Because some of the days that I pointed out how many videos you made 9 one day. This is a week and a half, 2 weeks after you announced that you were the choir director at the church. Now, I would think that where would you have time to make 9 one-hour videos on a Sunday morning if you're the choir director at a church? We have had no other word from you being a choir director, Jay Wilson. And from what we saw of the little small stage and the few people in the audience, they don't need a choir director. I think you just play the piano there. You're the church organist. So why put so much on it, Jay Wilson? Right? Mm-hmm. Something is wrong with Jay Wilson's face. When she first had the rapid weight loss, of course, we'll never know the truth of what actually happened there. I don't see how people go away for 2 weeks and come back slim. But he said, of course, he said, just, hey, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. We went to the gym for 2 weeks. I went for 15 years, nigga. Don't tell me about the gym. Anyway, he came back. He had these ropes. His feet like this. And they weren't even, right? This one was up and this one was down, right? Because that shit has sucked all the weight out of his face, right? Of course, he couldn't admit that he had fillers, but after people started reading him about his face, right? The first time ever we saw your face. He wouldn't got fillers put in that face, honey. That's when they inject that shit in your face, Botox. Fill them cheeks out, honey, them cheekbones. But he seems to be really, I don't know, obsessed, but he really puts a lot of emphasis on what he looks like with all this shoe polish all in his face and all this kind of shit, girl. Jay Wilson, you are a senior citizen, girl. Accept it. I know the gay life. I've been in the gay life pretty much from the very beginning. Since 19 years old, I've been in the gay life, girl. Right? I know what the gay life is like, this thing. At 35, you are considered a daddy. 35 years old, in the gay culture, they would call you a daddy. Now, what would they call someone of your advanced age, Jay Wilson? You are double the age of the daddy, so you're the granddaddy. So just call yourself the granddaddy, girl, and let it go, honey. She finally stopped buying all these little cheap blouses she was buying because her weight fluctuated so often that she would buy it 1 week, next week it wouldn't fit and all that. Then she'd end up back in her fat clothes. But Wilson, he said he's taking, I don't think it was Ozempic. I think it was Wegovy. So we'll see. But he's going to lie about whatever the hell it is, girl. I ain't never know somebody's clothes in shame. That's why I know Donald Trump was so ashamed in that courtroom. Anytime you're willing to pay somebody $130,000 just so they won't tell them that you pull your panties down and letting porn stars spank you because you've been a bad boy, honey. You've been a bad boy. And maybe your daddy should have been spanking your ass. Right? Spoiled rotten. It was on Mother's panel talking about his experience as a pastor. What? Wait a minute. Hold on, Brooklyn. Brooklyn sisters say Jay Wilson was on Mother's panel talking about his experience as a pastor. What, Jay Wilson? If you're a pastor, how come your sister, the person raised with you in the trailer, had no knowledge of you ever being a pastor? And she asked you live online, when were you a pastor? Right? When you live your life, Jay Wilson, you're living your life in a fool's path. I get my mustache. I never could grow a real mustache. Little fuzz. Anyway, she had no idea you was a pastor. What were you a pastor of, Jay Wilson? Right? I'm ordained. I'm ordained. I'm ordained. I said, but girl, why did that job fire you? I mean, didn't you come on here and say that you were fired because you didn't have the credentials that were necessary for that job? And you told us that they fired you. Of course, you added more into it. Oh, they pay out my contract. Whatever. You ain't pay your rent, girl. Anyway, you said that they fired you because you were not an ordained pastor, minister, a pastor, or anything else, girl. You had lied on your application. They wanted to get rid of you because you were a queen, and that boy in Mexico or whatever told you was the queen. So they went looking into you. And what did they find? It was the lies. It is the lies. Now, whether they wanted to get rid of you anyway, it doesn't matter. You provided them with a reason to fire you because you always lying, girl. Are you telling each one of these people who you apply for work for, are you telling them how many jobs you have lost? Or are you faking that as well, Jay Wilson? Right? Just like you fake the applications to get in a HUD house, girl. Right? Everything has been fake and phony. I don't know why you don't just let this shit go, Jay Wilson. right? But you can't because you need every goddamn nickel that you can pull out of anywhere, honey. Right? Are you still getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go drive people to the airport? Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you very much. All that old bullshit, girl. And then come home just to have time to push some food in your face, and then you gotta go on a temporary assignment. Then when the temporary assignment come home, then you gotta come home and make 3 videos, girl. I'm just saying. Then the evening crowd comes, and now you can pick people up from the airport, the businessmen from the airport, girl. When do you rest? And what are you doing all this for? I mean, what are you doing it for? To keep a house that you don't need? Jay Wilson, take this message. I'm gonna give you a word before I leave you alone. They're called single family houses. That's the name. When you go, they tell you what kind of dwelling you're looking for. Those are called single family houses, girl. You tricked your way in there, Jay Wilson. And they're going to find out more information on you. And then I see you over here picking with people who you know from experience will dox you. Now, how in the hell do you think it's going to be different this time, Jay Wilson? Right? The whole employers, they're all different people. If they did it to you before, what makes you think they won't do it to you again, girl? And again, and again. God damn, you almost 60 years old, Jay Wilson. You still pulling the same bullshit. You are so mean. I ain't mean to Jay Wilson. I ain't mean to that motherfucker. He stopped fighting me back because he know I'm gonna knock him upside his bald head, girl. All she do is sit up there just like Donald Trump and talk about people. Oh, how could you say that about me? I didn't say your name. I didn't say the B word. I didn't say the B word. No, but you talked about my pussy, right? You talk about my education, right? You talk about my boyfriend, right? I didn't say the B word, though. I didn't say that. You don't know how to say the B word because you're not above cussing, bitch. It always slips out your mouth, girl. Always slips out your mouth because you've always cussed this thing, except for you've always been a square girl. You have no street cred, no street experiences. You don't know how to cuss. I admire people who know how to cuss they motherfucking ass out. And people want to watch them cuss you out, girl. They don't want to hear you. Oh, you don't have the emotional intelligence. And you say the B word. Meanwhile, you're out here calling people Baptist bulldaggers. Anyway, it's like that woman in court trying to convince us that Stormy calling that dude orange turd is some big deal. He can't even walk out of the courtroom without insulting people. That's what they elected. They elected a goddamn reality star. Those people should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not. Their prejudice overrides, honey. I don't know what. Oh, I'm voting for the Republican. He's a Republican. He became a Republican to win the nomination, child. He was not a Republican before. Wasn't he a Democrat? Right? So how can all his views just switch over for power? They should have elected. They want to elect a Republican. They should have elected Colin Powell. Now I can respect him. As for the rest of them, Uncle Tim never took his foot off the gas. Baby, that's what that is how the beef sector was born. The beef sector was not born on two people arguing for one day. No, it's ongoing, baby. It's ongoing. And whatever it is, something about the way he moves. I don't want to lose him now. You know I believe in wow. Every time she opened her mouth. So now it's so hard to listen to her. I go on to get my commentary, right? And I can't even listen to this bitch for 1 minute. Girl, I said, oh, girl. And then she's so hooked in, she can't leave. She can't leave. You should never have told people how desperate you were for money, nigga. Damn, just do some stuff because you like to do it. I'm just gonna get the money. I was here for, you notice he don't talk about the money so much, child, because there is none. All you do is watch the numbers. He's ordained to have people bring the lube, bring the lube. I'm ready. He said, yeah, I was gonna get him too. I was gonna drive that. Jay Wilson, you know good and damn well you're not fucking nobody with that little piece of sausage, honey. I'm tired. When I said piece of sausage, it was not a mistake. It was not a slip. It was a piece, right? You're not gonna put that in nobody. There's no need to bring no lube, girl. You're gonna bend that fat ass over, just like Donald Trump bent over that woman's knees and get plowed. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how this beef sector is kind of unique in as much as we go over the exact same stories for years, girl. That's why you gotta be careful what you say, right? One bring the lube, honey, would go on for the next 5 years, girl. I thought you both. Oh, I was single then. You still single, nigga? When you were single then? Shit, honey. Mark is out there getting him some asshole. He's juggling balls in his jaws, child. He is not gonna let you usurp his youth by sitting up here going to the amusement park once every other month. That boy is not. No, he's a man, honey. Mm-mm. He's a man. He got needs. You can't fulfill nobody's needs, girl. Take that shirt off, all that nasty ass skin, girl, that little bitty ass dick, the wide, flat ass. Ugh. And then you start talking, and that's the worst part, girl. Damn, could you shut up? Let me close my eyes and pretend. No, I can't do no whole video. I ain't nowhere near no whole video around the McGee. Sometimes they're all going off on this person now who said, St. James, you're a mess. Out of all that ranting I just did, all you took out of it with balls in the jaws. Suck them, nigga, suck them. Juggling balls in his jaws, baby. Mm-hmm. He's on 10, 11 times a day. He's on every day, child. He ain't got no choice but to be on. Right? He can go down there to the mall again, put that little shirt on, and a little clip-on tie, and go down there and work at the Baby Gap, get a couple of hours there, child. I'm doing it. Look at me working. I'm working. I don't think all the years that I started working at 15 years old. I don't think going around telling people that I'm working, people always assume that you work. I mean, what the hell? What's that, girl? You working. You comparing that with senior citizens who do not have to work, girl? And you think you got the upper hand? You're stupid. Woo! You ain't seen the pictures, Goonies? How does Uncle Tim know what Jay Wilson looked like naked? You ain't seen the pictures? You didn't see the picture that was presented by Beef and 313? When that nigga got up from that computer, child, you could have knocked me unconscious, girl, with a feather. I would have been out. I said, look at this gray, big, old, fat bitch. She been talking about everybody else's weight. She talks about their shape and girl, and that motherfucking Shamu. I said, okay, this is it. This is a pathological liar. Pathological. And then when she got caught, she was so ashamed that she went and did some miracle thing and lost all that fucking fat in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. She just shut down everything. Girl, you had surgery of some sort. Because even Ozempic ain't gonna take it off that fast, Miss Thing. You have not confessed yet, Jay Wilson, to how you lost that weight, and going to the gym is not gonna cut it, honey. Talk to a fool. I'm jealous. Jay Wilson be on top. I ain't gonna say it. Who he gonna top, child? In order for him to top somebody, they would have to be so skinny. They would have to be like olive oil, right? Because that's the only way he gonna get down past cheek. Black people have cheeks, right? He can't get that little thing past nobody's cheeks, girl. bumping pussies, girl. I ain't never heard about it. I'm gay. I'm a bisexual. We still ain't seen no evidence of it. I'm a bisexual. I'm a top. That's how he came out. That was his big announcement, child. I guess he thought Wally was going to expose him. Huh? That you can pick him up online. Total stranger offline. Just come over here and fuck me. Bring the lube. Right? Then he said that he wasn't even concerned about the condoms or nothing like that, child. He said, I'm ready to go, baby. Mm-hmm. When you live in a double life, right? Everything's a goddamn lie. Then he come on here and lie on that girl Joyce last week or a couple of days ago. She said, I spent the night at your house. He sent up her denying that the woman spent. How in the fuck you gonna forget somebody spent the night at your house, girl? Then the woman had to show a picture of him in hit her laying in his bed. How you gonna deny that? Oh, maybe I forgot that. You can remember every detail of everybody's business in this sector, right? You can remember every detail of everything Rico, with every boyfriend Rico ever had. You can remember every detail of my life, which you say I put in a book, which was a lie, of course, right? But you can remember every detail to keep needling at people, and you cannot remember when a grown ass woman is laying up in your bed. That means she was not only sleeping at your house, she went upstairs, girl. She had to come to the bathroom. She was in your house. So why would you lie about that, Jay Wilson? Unless you're a pathological liar. A pathological liar, and it's gotten you nowhere. It's gotten you nowhere, Miss Thing. It makes no sense somebody bragging about 5 and 6 degrees, bitch, and you are still 55 years old, girl, and you ain't got a job yet. Nigga, when you go to temporary agencies, the whole point is you go work here and you go work there. And at some point, someone that works for the company says, listen, we want to offer you a permanent assignment. That has never happened for you, Jay Wilson. Never. You can't apply yourself to any goddamn thing because you just want to chat. I want the money. I want to get that money. How many hours? Just give me that. You're not what we were looking for. And now it's almost over. Right? Now you will be an old bitch, 90 years old, working at Safeway. I do see that in you, right? Even after they give you your Social Security or whatever, you ain't getting no damn 401k. That's a damn lie. And you're not getting anything else. You don't work nowhere, right? So you have no benefits coming other than Social Security. So you're gonna have to subsidize that in some way. By then, certainly, what's that? 5 or 6 years from now, people would long gone have left YouTube concerning you because so many new people are coming in, right? So you won't have that, Jay Wilson. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? They already came for you. When them people told you that we're willing to put, you're so far behind. Now he says 2 payments. Recognize that we only know he was 2 payments behind because that's what he said. The pathological liar said he was behind 2 payments. But that's not really the truth, is it, Jay Wilson? Right? Because the bank wouldn't really come to you and offer to put 2 payments behind. You have to be like 6 payments behind, somewhere where you couldn't catch up. And they initiate putting the payments behind the loan in order for you to get back on track. Right, Jay Wilson? Right? You're not keeping up now, Jay Wilson, right? And every time the temporary assignment is over, you have mortgage and or rent problems again. Right? You live your life, girl, in a fool's paradise, walking on the edge. You're always on the verge of collapse. Now, I'm telling you, Jay Wilson, when they offered to put those 2 payments on the back of the loan, you got to pay them 30 years from now. They're not playing with you. They have a program. This is what we have to offer him according to the HUD agreement. We have to offer him this one time, this bailout, right? But they don't keep just doing that every time you get behind, right? I'm just saying, girl, I think you need to let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it go, girl. You still suck on them balls in the jaws of St. James? Oh, that's same post. Okay, let's see. Goonies, you abandon your other personality now? Okay. Uncle Tim, you must not like black men, to Jay Wilson saying Uncle Tim has no butt. What? Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. Baby, I don't need no butt. I don't need no butt. I use pipe, right? Yeah, I can give you, many people will give you testimony. I'm what you would call large and in charge, okay? So don't worry about my ass, Goonies. Got no butt. You seen his? You seen Jay Wilson flat ass? He wasn't even wide, stretched out, girl. It was flat and wide. With skin all on the sides of it, girl. And I just can't get over them. Every time I think of Jay Wilson, I think of the ankles, honey. I just remember walking behind him. It was just whoosh, 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 whoosh. I said, bitch, like the Loch Ness monster or some goddamn body, bitch. I'll be honest. If I was Joyce, I would have denied staying in the idiot's house, because who would want anyone to know they chose to stay in that idiot's house? You would have been embarrassed. That's the only reason he wanted the people to come to the weenie roast, so he can sit there and brag about his stupid ass house, right? He moved into the goddamn thing, and they immediately got fired from school. Or so he says. He was a dean. He says immediately got fired from just ain't nobody really seen it. I think his family been over there twice. Just walking around. I got the hail. I got a hail. Oh, my name. One time he came over, he said, my name is Jay Wilson. I got this hail. Degrees at a house. You gonna lose the house, nigga. You ain't lived long enough yet. A lot of people lose houses, honey. Particularly when they ain't got no reason to have one. At some point, a light bulb needs to go off. Say, I'm never gonna get no damn money out of this. I'm so far behind. Right. I could. They call it downsizing, Jay Wilson, but you wouldn't be downsizing from nothing. You shouldn't have never been in no damn family house any damn way, right? At some point, you're gonna say, I want to live beyond. I want to live in my means. I want to be comfortable, and I want to stop all this nickel and dime hustling, right? Because I'm sure it hurts you when you go to the alumni. How you gonna go to the alumni and try to explain what you do, and you don't do the same thing from week to week? Isn't that embarrassing? I'm a doctor. Really? Why do you have that still on your name, Jay Wilson? Why can't you simply be James Wilcox? My name is Timothy Blaine. It's on my birth certificate, right? I'm not hiding. What is there to hide about? And when they brought them damn avatars, now they hide their personality, they hide their face. It's just everything is hidden, honey. Is that a way to live? Be a man. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing. Wonderful people. Thank y'all for coming in on today. Hi, Sandra. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh, sing a song, Nikki B. Sees we just got started now. Before you know it, comes a time we have to say so long. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Later, people.